So we're not going to sleep. And we're not even going into the relaxation yet. We need 2-3 movements more to be ready for that.
Oh.
Feet are on the floor. So hips off the floor, good. So your toes, so it's like a little massage of your buttocks, it's a little release and relief from the spine. Feels good for most of us. Next to your hips, about like 30 degrees or whatever space you have. Palms facing upwards.
Is it anybody's first time doing yoga? It's quite hard. Harder than I thought it would be. Physically harder than I thought it would be. But feels amazing.
Yeah. Anybody feel less achy than they did?
God, yeah.
Yeah.
I woke up this morning with a really bad neck and shoulder ache. Probably from the thingies yesterday. And actually it's all gone.
Well, good morning. Welcome to Wednesday. I made it through school trip day, which was one of my big worries. And we've just done haven't even had breakfast yet. It must be about 9:30. And we've done a really long yoga class, what I call a proper yoga class. I do about 15 minutes of yoga most mornings, have done for on and off for quite a long time. But I've never had an actual class. And this was wonderful. It was very spiritual and it was hard as well, really hard, but fantastic. And the pain that I had, the aching and the screaming that I had in my thighs when I woke up this morning, going up and down the stairs, that's all but gone. I can feel it, I can feel the tightness, I can feel that I've been working, but that screaming pain is gone. So he's one clever guy. I might take him home with me. We've just had quite a long discussion about options for different ways of managing our food and different options. There's been no directives or instruction or order. It's ideas, concepts, something to challenge our thinking, something thought-provoking, quite tiring. When you challenge yourself mentally, it's quite tiring. In actual fact, I got to the point where I just had to, we had pretty much finished, but I just had to escape for a little while, and I actually had a bit of a sleep. But I also find it very frustrating. If somebody tells me something, it doesn't mean I'm going to believe them. I'm interested in what is being said. It doesn't mean I'm going to do what they say, and it certainly doesn't mean I'm going to agree with them. But it doesn't mean it shouldn't be said also, and I think that so often people feel that because somebody is saying something to you, it's because they are enforcing that opinion on you, and it's simply not the case. Everyone's allowed to feel, have their own thoughts and feelings and vibes, but we have to take control of the fact that we are not robots, we are not automatons, and that we can turn around and say, great, good for you, it's not going to work for me. But they're not wrong for suggesting something. I'm not trying to say that that's what this session provoked, but I think there is a resistance to hearing other people's opinions, and I find that frustrating because I want to hear everyone, because I don't get it right. I don't get it right. So my opinion is clearly flawed, and the only way to improve that and help that is to listen to others, read more, hear more, understand more, learn more. Otherwise all I've got is what's in here, and unless I am in peak fitness mentally and physically, then what's in here clearly isn't quite right. Anyway, there's a little moan for you. I need to eat some lunch. I'm quite hungry now. I didn't have a mid-morning snack. Albert and Dorothy, Daddy tells me that you found the present in the drawers beside my chair the other day, which is great. It was meant to be a present for nearer the weekend, but I obviously got my instructions a bit rubbish. So, today's treasure hunt is to go back and look at all the drawers in the kitchen. Not in the conservatory end, but in the kitchen. Go through all the drawers. You'll have to lift things, you'll have to move things. You might have to ask for help. You could tidy up as you go. But there is a little gift in the drawers in the kitchen. So this was inevitable, and in all honesty I have lasted longer than I expected before I have a wobble. But clearly hump day Wednesdays are just as difficult when you're on a health retreat as they are when you're at home. Because I just want to go home right now. I want to hold my babies. I want to look in Felicity's eyes and make sure she's really okay. I even want to hug my grumpy, too cool for school teenager. And I really want to see my dog. And I really want to see Paul. And I know it will get better. And it will probably be better again the next time I pick up the camera. But right now I just want to go home. So I was obviously feeling blue before I had my big wobble, and I brought myself upstairs and tried to shake it off, and then there was a big exercise class in the pool which I went and joined in, even though I really didn't want to, which I was quite pleased about. But then that changed into a water polo-y type game, and I just wasn't, I can't do it. I couldn't stop the tears. So I've obviously just had a really good cry and exchanged some messages with Paul, and now I'm gonna have a 20-minute, not even sleep necessarily, just hide I suppose, but I'm gonna set an alarm on my phone so that I'm limiting myself, because I think what I would normally do is hide for a long time, and that's no help to anybody, most importantly me. Not that I'm the most important, but you know what I mean. So I'm going to allow myself that time to hide, and then I'm going to go down, and if I wind up crying when I'm down there, then I shall just have to accept that and explain why it's not a crime.
I can't remember the last time I did a burpee. Oh, we've got, hold on, let's shift it that way. Right. Right. There's no point in talking. She's not coming anywhere. I love music. Pete loves music. And I'm dying. Just so you know. You can read lips. I'm dying. Dying. I have powered through, sort of with sarcasm and a bit of an eye roll, a really tough day. Not because it's anybody else's fault, just because days happen. I miss my family. Paul, you said it correctly when you messaged me and you said the novelty might have worn off a bit, and that's exactly how I feel today. But you also said that when I wake up tomorrow morning, it's only 2 sleeps until I come home. 3 sleeps until I get to see my babies. That's manageable. I can do that. So just on the most horrible exercisey thingy, there were 8 different exercises, burpees, press-ups, stuff with dumbbells, skipping, I don't know, loads of them. And then we were in teams of 2 and we had to achieve 100 of each exercise. So we didn't have to do it half and half. If the other person was stronger, they could take more. It's quite clever because you're driven forward because you don't want to have the other person shoulder too much of the work. And then they have this music. I hate the music. Why do we have to have music? We're in this beautiful country with sounds that we don't know, and
people's laughter, and yet they just play loud music, and I don't like that. However, I think I'm probably in the minority. I've made my way upstairs, and I'm not going back down because number one, it's about 10 o'clock, and number two, if I go back down, that means I have to climb back up the stairs again, and I don't think my legs can deal with that kind of misery. There's another early run tomorrow. I've been informed that I must not call it jogging, always running. I'm not quite sure why. Jennifer, will you elaborate? Must call it running. So running it is. I'm going out for a run tomorrow, early, and apparently there will be hills involved. Paul, thank you for being supportive and lovely, as always. I do not genuinely and completely know what I would ever do without you in my life. Good night.